Good morning. This is Beck here at Aunt Beck's Creations, and I'm just here to do our Inktober for day 12. And the next thing that somebody mentioned was an acorn. So we're going to do an acorn today. So I'm thinking brown, black, and gold. Brown, black, and gold. And I'm just going to do a quick outline of a acorn. And it's got something on the end. And Callie's up here on the table. She's being kind of a nuisance, but we'll see how it goes. So we'll just do an acorn. And then this part is an arch. And we'll come up and put a little cap on it. And then this side, I could go outside if it wasn't raining and pick up an acorn. This is all smooth, of course, but then the top has all these, you can do like little diamond shaped lines, but I think it's more like this. So we'll take the time to put some lines in like this. And I know Lori, Paint Girly, is on right now, but I want to get this done so I can get on to some other things around here. I still haven't taken my meds for today, so I've got to do that. Getting old is not for sissies or people that don't want to take medication, because as you get older, you seem to have to take a lot of medications. Blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, blah, blah, blah. I'd love to not have to take anything. I'd love for my eyes to be 20/20 again. Because now, without glasses, I'm blind as a bat. I love those ads. See like you've never seen before, blah, blah, blah. It's like, whatever. So, and I know everybody's probably already got their day started. I was watching Leanne at the quilty gal down there, or up there in New York. The Georgia girl wasn't on this morning. I saw Deb was on. The quilting gals were up and about. I didn't make it to Deb's. I was sitting in the recliner watching it rain, and I was watching some other sewing videos. I was watching Dee and Dory, and I watched some of Running So-and-So, and a bunch of other ones this morning. So we'll just do a little acorn. It doesn't have to be good. The important thing is you're pulling out some ink pens and just drawing something. It can be anything. If you don't want to draw fall-themed stuff, draw what's on your mind. Like I could have drawn this rainy day, but I didn't want to. And I've also written down a scarecrow with patchwork overalls and a little haunted house. I've got that on my drop paper written down. So those are things we'll get to in the next couple days. I thought a hay wagon or a stack of hay could be fun. Callie's leaving the building. There she goes. They Howie and Callie have checked out the new water fountain, and Howard's not impressed. He says it's too scary. He's like, oh, I don't know. And he even went and got Scott and made Scott come over and look at it. And basically, Howard's our scaredy cat. He's the biggest of the cats, and he's the scaredy cat. The one that'll be willing to try it is going to be Tippy, and he's sound asleep out on the porch. So we just have to wait for Tippy to come in and give it a go. We'll see if Cole washes his paws in it when he comes in from the bonus room. He's gone back out in the bonus room with Piper for a while. I keep trying to get them to come in and get used to the other cats, but Piper's very much a princess, and she doesn't want to share the house. She doesn't want to share any of the people that live in it, and she hates them all. So she spends a lot of time hissing and carrying on. And coloring with just a regular ink pen is different than coloring with your crayons, that's for sure. But the challenge for it is to use ink. It's Inktober. I do have ink in bottles that I could actually use a paintbrush with if I wanted to. And I'd still be using ink. We might have to mix a little orange in here just to get some different values. Is this going to be a work of art? Probably not. Is it going to be, I did something with a pen today? Yes. And sometimes that's all it has to be. Hey, I played with my ink pens today, or I played with some other kind of ink. I think as adults, we forget to just play, just do something for playing's sake. And that's like when somebody asks you why you're doing something, just say because I can, and let it be that. Let me get orange out here. See, I got 2 viewers. Everybody else is over at Lori's, and that's okay. Everybody can catch up with me later. So see, now if I mix some of this orange over the gold, it'll make it look more like the acorns that are outside. And I'm just going to cover that light area with that. Make that solid orange. We'll be going to visit Scott's mom a little later. And I need to see what I can take her for food. I need to start cooking more and making sure I'm fixing plates for her and get some real food in her, because I think she's living on crackers and cereal and ice cream. I noticed my brother-in-law has been getting her to buy some, pre-made dinners to heat in a microwave. She's not safe to try to cook something on her own anymore, so I need to make an effort and cook some meals and take them over to her. So she's eating something besides pre-made garbage with all those chemicals in it. Then if I don't like how it's looking, I can come back with the brown. We can add a little brown here and there. Because when you look at an acorn, it's all different shades of orange and browns and tans and stuff. And sometimes it'll have a little speckle here and there. Maybe color this in a little darker up here, right under the edge of it. Maybe bring our gold back. And color in some of this here. Okay, maybe bring the gold up top. So don't forget to play. You could do this just on a piece of scrap paper. I'm just doing it in this grid so I get all of my Inktober for this year on one sheet. And I can color this up. Good morning, Andrea. Thanks for popping into the chat. And I have opened my chat to non-subscribers today. Usually I make it subscribers only, but I figured today we'd see. Okay, my phone keeps telling me rain is likely to continue over the next several hours. Well, I can look out my window and say it's raining. But anyway, It's okay. It's good I have this phone that tells me what I can see. Sometimes electronics really drives me bonkers. I think people get lazy and they decide to look at their phone when they just need to use their eyes and their brain. That's my main worry, is people will rely on electronics and AI and all of that and forget how to think for themselves and let the AI bots do all the work for them. And we'll become like on, what's that movie where they all became slugs and you lived on sustenance of some liquid pack, and then they landed on, was that it's a little robot, and they land on a planet. And oh, first time in chat. Thanks, Andrea. Welcome to the chat. I can't remember the name of that movie. If Greg was here, he'd say, Mom, that's blah, 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 and I can't remember. I'm going to use green in this background. We'll just do a quick little hash, crosshatch on the back. And thanks to everybody that left me a comment with some ideas of what to use. I know I printed off from Mary. She sent in a whole list of things. So I've got her list. I printed it off and accidentally printed it on my sticker paper. I was like, I had put 3 pieces of sticker paper in the printer to do mailing labels and forgot. And then I got the address for the 3rd label, and I went in there to get it, and I noticed I had Mary's info, which is okay. It's just I was kicking myself for wasting a piece of sticker paper. Isn't that silly? Hey, Pam. Pam always says, howdy. I hear some birds outside. It's definitely autumn now. I wore long pants for the first time yesterday because it was chilly enough with the rain that I would have been really cold without long pants on. When our son was little, back in the late 80s, early 90s, it actually froze one year here in South Carolina in September. We had a frost, and we only had the one car at that time, but I had a garden wagon, and I would push him, or we would walk, but we were late that morning, and it was so cold, I told him to get in the garden wagon, and I hadn't even had a chance to go get him a winter coat, so he had like on 3 different layers, like a t-shirt and a sweatshirt and then a light jacket just to keep him warm, and then a hat. And it was so funny. I was running down the road with him so he wouldn't be late for, I think it was 4-year-old kindergarten. But it was so cold. And then I had to push the wagon back home with nothing in it, which was all uphill because the school was downhill from where we were. So getting him there, yeah. So I wish this was on sticker paper, but it's not. But the list of things, let's see what Mary says. Acorns, a fox, a warm hat, mittens, socks, or a sweater, a stand of corn stalks, a branch of berries, different kinds of squash, a turkey, a geese formation, basket of apples, flying geese pattern from a quilt block. That is all I could think of. But that's great. That's great. So now I need to hold this up so I can see just enough to see where to put my October 12, 2025. So we're getting this grid filled up, and so we'll do something else on here, and then I can scan this and then put it on. Once it's all filled, I'll scan it and put it on my community tab if anybody wants to just print this off on sticker paper. They could. So thanks for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow for day 13. And I hope everybody has a great week ahead. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.